Okay, we're back recording more of The Royal Trap, and after some thought and deliberation,
we have decided that she might consider it.
It sounds like she might consider it anyway, the way she's been talking about it.
Yeah. Then perhaps. Oscar and I have been together so long. I don't know what I would do without him. He is sometimes clumsy and foolish, yes, but with a heart like a star. Always optimistic, always dreaming, always kind. And sometimes I imagine, no, he's a prince. He's allowed to be a dreamer. I can't afford to waste my time thinking about what might have been. I don't want to lose him, but I have no choice. Falling in love would only bring disaster. Whatever my feelings, I must harden my heart against him.
Yes, you have to be practical.
At least he's had the sense to avoid the indignity of a scene. He claims this letter ends the matter with no reply necessary. If we never speak of this again, he can believe whatever comforts him most. That's what matters after all, his comfort, his future. But if this necklace is a love token, wearing it openly might give him false hope, or raise questions from others.
Uh-oh.
It would not benefit his chances with a princess to have me seen as his paramour.
No, probably not.
Mm-mm.
But didn't he say that...
He specifically said that it was just so that he knew that we didn't hate him.
Yes.
And we understood. So I think we should wear it.
I guess so.
Because otherwise he's just going to ask us about it. Oh, you hate me?
I feel like it's going to be questionable either way.
The only thing that Oscar asked for was a sign that I knew and accepted his feelings, not that I shared them. How can I deny him that? I fastened the clasp of the chain behind my neck and let the smooth, cold stone settle against my chest. It's just a little trinket after all. No one but Oscar will even notice.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, famous last words. So then, that is resolved. It is done and I don't need to think about it again. But then, what should I think about? I'm at a loose end. I have no assignments or tasks to perform. I can't help Oscar in any way until he returns in the evening, and the servants' dinner will not be available for hours yet. With no goal in mind, there's nothing to be gained at the moment by exploring, and thus no balance to the risk of being caught somewhere I shouldn't be. In Osenduir, I would have many options available for any windfall of free time, but there are limits to how one should amuse oneself in a foreign palace. Mending, if it were needed, reading, cards.
Taking a nap?
I withdraw 2 decks of cards from my belongings and begin to arrange them into the 10 tableaux of a thieves' fortress. It is a difficult game, requiring patience and skill. Extracting kings and wisdoms from a solid castle should never be an easy task. Okay. As for the lesser royals, they sometimes extract themselves. Oscar must have dodged all of his minders in order to buy that token without raising question. Well, if I provided the motivation for him to stretch himself a bit, that's all to the good. A prince should learn to plan ahead and to take bold action. His parents might not be pleased by his reasons, but better a misguided attachment than some foolish plan about joining the jongleur or apprenticing to an alchemist. I have no idea how to speak French.
Yeah, I think we have that clarified, hopefully, by now.
One card, then another. I have done my job the best that I could. I have straightened his posture and flattered his looks. I have kept him active but unharmed. I have eavesdropped and intrigued on his behalf. If I had truly convinced him to give up the poetry, I could consider it a complete success.
If only for that poetry.
Damn it. But on the balance, all is well. No doubt he will make a royal marriage at some point. Only not too soon, I hope. He's so young, and I'm not ready to move on.
Oh, really?
What's our name? I forgot.
Madeleine.
Oh, yes. Sometime later, my card game is interrupted by a knock at the door.
Who could it be?
Opening it, I find a young woman in the livery of a page.
Another pink-haired young woman, no doubt.
Yeah, what the heck? Young, yes, younger than myself if I am any guess. But old for such a rank, 14 being the usual age in Osenduir. You're summoned to the upper servants' dinner, miss. I'll escort you, yes? Nice. I don't know where that came from.
Nice voice for the senior page.
Thank you. I can find my own way. Yeah. You maybe could, but as it's my job, I'll walk with you. Fine. No doubt she's dawdling with me in order to avoid some more onerous duty. I can't blame her. I've played the same game myself. This music is so
It's picking up.
Jamming.
Yeah.
What's going on here? That's a pretty thing you're wearing.
Already caught.
There we go. My hand flies by instinct to cover the amber stone. I force myself to relax. Thank you. Mind your toes at dinner, miss. That Sophie's folk are here, and they're hard people.
Sophie's folk?
Sophie's folk.
Hard people, huh?
Sophie? The Duchess Sophia, only she's not here on account of she just had a baby, you see?
Oh, of course.
But she's cousin of the princess, so she had to send her people, and they complained about everything. You'll see.
Okay. There's always someone like that at a party.
And her husband, the Duke? Duke Farad. He's at the ball, of course. What? He's not home with the baby? Of course.
Of course.
What a dick. And if I were to wish to catch a glimpse of such an illustrious personage... Such a what?
Your voice is ridiculous for this person.
I can't stop it now that I've started.
Okay.
Oh, you want to spy on the ball? I only have a few voices.
Yeah.
Yuzu sways through the servant's door in the second morning hall. You turn left and go up a half stair to the viewing passage. Different way's better if you want to get in fast when someone calls you, but just for looking, that's the best.
Oh, if you say so.
Thank you. Her language skills may be unpolished. But
saying the least.
But she does know her way around. She might even be a useful source of information during our stay here. Have you heard any interesting stories lately?
Ugh, this gossip.
Always stories of so many guests, miss. There's a gentleman's son throwing coals cause some other fellows wearing the same tailoring. Oh no.
What drama.
And I heard it from the boot boy.
I just read it as booty boy.
Me too.
I don't know why.
The booty boy.
Oh my.
And I heard it from the boot boy that one of them had to be sent home in disgrace for planning to cause a scene at the ball. Oh, those booty boys causing scenes.
Oh my.
They were going to have a fight about clothes? Oh no, it wasn't those. This was a young lady who heard the story about the princess dying of the plague.
This is just too confusing now.
Well, it's a sour bite to say it, but there's rumors sometimes.
Yeah,
So
I've
they
noticed.
thought that she died of the plague, but she's obviously right there.
I guess. I can barely follow. I'm stuck at booty boy.
What rumors? That the little princess went the same way as her brother Caspian, and the one we've got now is an imposter. Anyone who's ever seen the princess and the king's wisdom together knows better.
Okay.
Some little miss who hadn't was planning to make a name for herself to her lord father who had got wind of it. Imagine that, standing plain as you please, telling all the lady whatevers they're cuckoos and not ladies at all. What? Cuckoos. You turn the whole country upside down.
I guess?
I shudder at the thought. But there's no truth to it? Not to that, no, but I'd like to see it anyway.
Oh, of course you would.
What sort of person would want to see a woman told that her parents aren't her parents?
This woman?
Even if your family no longer cares about you, even if you've never missed them, they're what made you. To have that taken away and in public for everyone to see your humiliation? How could anyone want that?
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Booty boys.
Yes,
Such
of course.
a common, mean-spirited girl might make a useful informant, but I certainly could never trust her with anything.
So common.
Begging your pardon, miss, but we're there now. Have a nice meal. Oh, we were moving? I wasn't aware.
Oh, I guess so. I was so confused throughout that whole conversation. I'm
Me
sorry.
too.
I missed it.
She leaves me to enter the dining room. As a lower servant, her own supper will not be for some time yet.
Oh, I hope she never gets to eat.
Oh, that's mean.
I don't know. I don't like her. She was confusing me.
Is it the
Like
voice?
booty boy stories.
And so I join the others of my rank, the confidants and supporters of the noble elite. It is not difficult to identify the footmen of Duke Farad. Despite their position, they are a mismatched pair in clothing so plain that it barely merits the title of uniform. They sit in silence and stare at the palace servants, who give them a wide berth. It would appear there is some long-standing disagreement in Guelenor between the royal family and the Duke and Duchess, one that extends even to the servant ranks. The attendants of the other guests are far more sociable, even Prince Gaston's shy little maid.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we don't get to see her.
Oh. We are all made welcome to the table and the generous helpings of well-prepared food, much of which is still warm. Accompanying our meal is a pale and delicate sherry of a variety which does not keep well once the bottles have been breached. Thus we are encouraged to drain it dry. I myself partake only moderately, but Prince Nazagi's chief valet appears to be half fish by the way he drinks.
Oh.
At the conclusion of the meal, we are treated to pastries and tiger nut milk, and all assembled are duly awed by the royal largesse. Afterwards, the proper thing to do is return to our rooms to await my master.
The proper thing, but...
What I intend to do, of course, is something less than proper, to find the
Surprise,
viewing
surprise.
chamber that the page mentioned and cast my eyes over the festivities. Guarding Oscar from hidden dangers is another facet of my role, whether those dangers be a sword in a dark alley or a social schemer out to trip him up.
Those social schemers.
Anything could happen to him if I'm not there to watch. I'm sure everything is fine. Oscar has never had any difficulties with dancing lessons. Still, he might make little mistakes, and it would fall to me to discover those faults and train them out. He is, after all, a prize stallion of a sort.
Oh, lovely.
Shaking my head slightly at the image of Oscar as a fearsome warhorse, I slip into the servants' passages.
It's a scary-looking passage.
It is. It is clear that these unfinished corridors are not intended for the eyes of those above the salt. Even in the dim lighting, the exposed surfaces are a rough contrast to the splendor elsewhere. Dark, yes, but not very dusty. Either someone is assigned to clean even these unseen areas, or this location gets far more use than I'd expect. Perhaps there are always dances, or perhaps there are so few that this passage makes the ideal rendezvous point for more private pursuits.
Oh.
Wink,
Better
wink.
look out in this hall.
There, a peephole, the crush of music
There's
and...
a peephole in this hole, too. How appropriate.
Why does it need one? It looks like it's overlooking.
I don't know.
The crush of music and laughter is already clear. Moving closer, I can see wigs and ball gowns below. Oscar must be out there somewhere, but it may take a few minutes to pick him out. I hear footsteps approaching and at first think nothing of it. There are any number of servants in this palace after all, but that is not a servant.
Oh no. Oh,
My lord?
you. Who are you?
Madeleine Valois, my lord. Valet to Ascenduir. What is he doing here? He is a prince. He should be dancing with the nobles assembled below. Could the man be, of all things, lost in his own palace?
Probably not.
I really doubt that, Madeleine. Come on.
He looks suspicious.
Do you need something, my lord?
Nothing you could provide for me.
The poisonous edge to his dismissal makes me wonder what exactly he thought I was offering.
Oh.
As I have failed to respond, he presses on.
Are you on some errand?
My time is my own at the moment, my lord.
Then why are you here?
What is the world coming to when a servant cannot have privacy from her betters even in the back halls?
Well, I mean, I guess he can do whatever he wants. He's
It's
a
his
prince.
palace. It is a complete breach of decorum for him to set foot here at all. He shouldn't be challenging me about it.
Wait, why would you challenge him? That seems like a worse idea.
I don't know. Inarguably rude though this question is, he is a member of the royal family and I am a guest in his home. I am observing, my lord.
Like the little cinder girl watching and dreaming of what she can never have? How do you know?
I beg your pardon? Guest or not, that was just too far, calling me a cinder girl.
No desire to be a princess? But then, you must be a noblewoman's daughter in your own land.
Younger daughter.
And if misfortune favors the succession, it would fall to you. Better that than a younger son, the one left over when everyone tires of matchmaking. Oh,
We can't choose how we're born.
one would think.
Anyway, my lord, you might be a king one day. That's not an option for me.
Indeed. Okay,
I
he's
suppose-
being weird.
This is a very odd conversation. I suppose I shouldn't have said that much, but something about the man gets under my skin.
So, if not envy and not an errand, what's your game?
I am keeping watch over my prince, as is my responsibility.
It's also called the Royal Trap.
At least I was before you began interrogating me for no reason. His only answer is a snort before he leans forward to place his own eye to one of the peepholes overlooking the ballroom.
Well, dutiful spy, it seems you have nothing to worry about. There may even be wedding bells in his future.
What? I
No
plaster
way.
myself to the wall and frantically scan the dancers below.
Don't tell me your Oscar's getting it on down there.
What? Which one's him? Oh, there he is.
Wow, look at him go.
There he is.
He's actually
Oscar,
dancing with her.
his hair glittering in the light of the chandeliers and a young woman in his arms, Princess Cassidy. She's smiling at him. They look happy.
This is unbelievable.
What? Of course they look happy. They're royalty. They've been trained to be dazzlingly polite in all circumstances. She'll dance with all of her suitors. That's why they're here. It's nothing. She places her hand in his, tilts her head. She laughs, and his eyes answer.
Oh.
They
Oh.
walk together towards the edge of the dance floor, strolling like lovers.
No.
What if I was wrong? What if they're a perfect match? If she chose him, Oscar would not hesitate to do his duty, regardless of any childish infatuations. Even the letter, he knew as he wrote it that it meant nothing. He so much as said that confessing gave him closure. It allowed him to put it all behind him, never to be mentioned again. There are no obstacles in his path. If she chose him here and now, that would be that. He would leave and I would be...
Nothing.
I stepped back from the site, intending to make my apologies to Prince Callum, but he is nowhere to be seen.
Nice job, Prince.
He must have left while I was distracted.
Just like him.
I shouldn't have come up here.
Master of Shadows.
I expected to see Oscar bumbling innocently along like the little boy he was when we met. I wanted to reassure myself that nothing had changed, that I was in control, older and wiser, like always.
Well, you should have known better.
I was not ready to face the idea that he might not need me anymore.
Oh, what a twist.
I returned to our rooms, too distracted to choose an adventurous route.
Oh, well, I guess things didn't work out as Maddie planned.
Poor Maddie.
Is she really starting to care for Oscar now? It almost seems that way.
Well, yeah, it seems like she always has, and she's just like finally letting herself realize it.
I guess so.
But too late,
But she
as
can't let
always
herself.
happens.
Because of this whole social issue.
It's a royal trap.
It's a royal trap. I guess that's what you could call it, yes. I guess that's it for now. In the next episode, we'll see exactly what she decides to do next, now that she's seen something that's surprised her. Until next time,
Bye.
take care.